Good evening, folks. Welcome to Garbler Games. It's me, it's Millie. I've got some excellent Marines who have survived mostly a couple of missions. Welcome to Aliens Frontier War Operation Cold Catch. But before we go into that, should we say hello to some folks? Who should we start with? Dan, how you doing, friends?
Of course, you've picked me as I'm chewing on.
Oh, okay, never mind. Simon, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. I'm really excited about playing Alien and doing a mission that essentially I can't achieve because it apparently says quiet in the title. There's no way I can be quiet.
Oh no. Well, Dan is still eating. How are you, Pete? You all right?
Yeah, hey, I've been looking forward to this all week. I'm a bit concerned, though. Cash is now going out with 2 homicidal maniacs. So we'll see if I survive this session.
Yeah. Update personal agendas and stuff.
I think we're going fishing, though, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a trip to the farm, recreational day out for some
Somehow
much-needed.
Gordon will blow it up still. So
Dan, have you finished your biscuit?
yeah, it's a fruit pastel, but yeah.
Ooh, very
I have.
nice.
Yeah, so
Chewy.
it was very chewy because it got stuck in my teeth, and I was like, oh my god, it's now stuck in my teeth. I'm a nightmare. I shouldn't have eaten it before we started. So hello everybody. Tonight I am playing Private First Class Mace, but better known as Breacher. I'm sure many of the viewers will be aware of the Bad Batch, and basically my character is based on Wrecker. he's a big old womb soldier. He's huge. He makes Gordon look small, and he's an assault marine, so he likes blowing up doors and running in with a shield and a baton. So it could get really exciting,
Could be great.
or he could get eaten, one or the other.
First through the door, first to get your face bitten off.
Yeah, of course. He's got the scars around his face to prove it as well.
Sure. Nice. All right, before we dive into our fishing trip, should we do some XP? Because we completed a mission last week. Shall we do some XP? Simon said he's already got a list of why he gets all the XP. So let's.
I can imagine the Simon reasons and the scroll on the bit of paper.
All right. So, did you participate in the last mission? Because we're doing this every mission. So, were you in any of the last mission? Yes. Everybody. Briefly, you were in the mission.
You were there.
You get an XP. Number 2. Did you risk something to further your personal agenda?
I think Zim did.
Yeah?
I think Zim, his personal agenda was to, help people, and he went to help people, and then it went horribly wrong for him.
Yeah.
So he definitely risked it.
He risked it all and lost. I wanted to discover the real cause of the explosion because I was suspicious from the beginning, and I rappelled down a mine shaft. So I think
You literally risked it, and then didn't you have to go through the black gunky
through
water?
a tunnel of black goo, and then had to wade through a pool of black goo. So I'm
Make friends.
And you're absolutely fine, right?
Yeah, got hosed down. I'm all good.
Oh, good. How about Gordon then? What did they risk for their personal agenda?
Well, apart from leaving my incinerator behind, due to the fact that I wanted to prove that I was worthy to be a part of the group, and leaving the weapon I'd vaporized Alien with, and then at the end leaping down with no gun at all,
Just with your knife.
With me knife, me Rambo moment to try and save people, to prove that I was,
Worthy of Zim.
But Zim was already gone. So
Well, I've upgraded you to my buddy now.
wicked.
Yeah,
Nice.
from rival to buddy.
All right.
So I was
And
trying.
last friend alive.
Yes,
That's why you're my buddy.
I was trying-
Literally, there's no one else.
No, that's it. Yeah, the
All
rest
right.
are all gone.
Okay, I think those are all good points.
Yeah,
Did you risk your life for your buddy PC?
No, because he was already gone.
Yeah, sorry. You both had Zim as a buddy. And
I ran in to
You
try
ran
and
in to
save.
rescue him, yeah,
We
I mean-
ran in to
Cash
try and
did
save.
run in to try and save him. That is a risk, especially when we realised what he was running into. So yeah, he got there first. He went straight in, and so I think Cash did.
I definitely didn't. He was already gone before I got there. So
there's no "did you avenge your buddy" point, unfortunately. How about Zim? Did they risk their life for their buddy?
Cash was my buddy. I mean, I said contaminant before I passed out. Does that count? Other than that, no. Zim did not get a chance to even try and save his buddy.
Oh. All right. Next question: did you stand up to or challenge your rival PC? I think it was Gabriel's Gordon's rival.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was definitely some challenging there. Like you were like, "I'm not listening to you," and that kind of stuff. There was a few moments of that.
Gordon's not very good at following the chain of command, is he?
No.
Well, only when the chain of command sucks. Let's face it, all my officers just fuck off and die.
Real issues from that. Real issues from that camp. Yeah. No, none for Cash.
Yeah.
How about Zim? Did they? No.
No, he didn't get a chance to.
Never mind. Did you make a panic roll?
What? Perhaps one in there somewhere?
Even Zim got to make one.
I like that one.
All right.
I like that question, because everybody gets an XP for that. Yeah. Then the next one is, did you overcome a dangerous event using violent or non-violent means? This question is basically, did you put yourself in danger and survive? Is basically the question here. No, Zim didn't survive.
Zim didn't.
No.
He's missing in action.
No. Zim resolved, got all the miners off of the landing pad into the bar, so they could all be contaminated. But you resolved, because they were all getting arsey and not letting people land, and you managed to talk them away, didn't you?
It's true. Zim did manage to convince everybody to stop being idiots and go inside, and not entirely sure it was entirely risk to save.
But that was definitely you went with non-violent means.
I did go non-violent means. I convinced them with an amazing command roll.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No. Pete's got you on there.
Yeah. Thank you, Pete.
Convinced all of us. Yeah, we're all on board with that. Yeah. Convinced you to get an XP point. I like that one. How about Gordon?
Well, apart from standing next to a guy with waving his leg in my face and vaporizing him, literally vaporizing him.
Yeah. That
was definitely using violent means.
Yeah. Okay. And Cash, did you overcome an event?
A flamethrower.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm with you on that.
That was pretty horrific.
Gosh, yeah. Next question. Did you make a significant discovery or revelation?
I have a tube of Sub-Zero on my person.
Yes.
I think seeing the black goo and seeing what the black goo did and just the whole black goo.
It's like, black hang on a minute. Yeah.
We saw
black what?
Well, we saw what happened to the fact it was all over Zim. And everyone was going freaky, so you're already like, I have no idea what this black goo is, but apparently, and then we met the girl, we met the woman in the
Kirk.
Next thing you know, we get down underneath, and there's all these people bathing in black goo and going absolutely psycho. So the revelation was black goo exists. It's bad.
It's bad.
Zim was on the cusp of a revelation when he was following that person he recognised.
Yes.
Sadly, he got black gooed and died. Or missing in action. Sorry, he's not dead.
He's MIA. Yeah, he's MIA.
He's definitely going to come back later as a bad guy NPC, isn't he?
Well, I don't know. I do know. I'm not telling.
That's a yes.
All right. Did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind? Cash rappelled down a mine. That's extraordinary.
Zim died.
Zim died. Yeah, that's.
He broke his back. That's quite a
Yeah, that you survived. You survived a fight with that. One of those.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Just leaping down
bear hug.
Just leaping into a mine shaft.
Leaping down a lift shaft with your knife.
Does that count?
Yeah. What do we think? I think so. I think it was pretty cool. Pretty extraordinary. Could have gone horribly wrong. Could have stabbed yourself.
So I did have one question. We have personal agendas. So my personal agenda was to try and regain the trust of my squad, so that they didn't just think I was like some crazy dude.
Right? Yeah,
I just made you my buddy.
So Cash, Cash must right. So what happens then? What does that do? Do you just
So
pick
you
a
get a point of
gender?
experience, and then
So
your personal agenda can change as you go.
yeah, so in between sessions or in between missions, you can change your personal agenda. So if you kept your personal agenda as regain the trust of my squad, now that question further up, there's did you do anything to advance your personal agenda?
Advance your personal agenda.
You'd get no XP for it because your agenda is now useless.
No, that's fine.
So
It was just I was just like, oh, I keep doing it, and I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah. So yeah, it's whether you want to have one little goal each mission, or like a bit like Pete's picked for cash, find out what is going on, or something like that, or find out.
Yeah, what... I think I figure if I've got an agenda related to the mission, then I'm more likely to do something really stupid.
Yourself in danger.
And like go, and stick my head in the hole or whatever.
All right. And then the final one, did you earn any money? Zim doesn't earn any money because he's MIA, so he can't pick up his checks.
Yeah.
And Gordon and Cash had to pay for Gannon's...
Money goes to the family back home, doesn't it? So...
Gannon's fancy boots. So a little bit of money? What do we think? I'm open for debate here. I'm open.
I mean,
for...
the lieutenant said she was docking our pay for several months. So
yeah.
I assume that meant we were still getting some pay, but
Yeah, but that was on that was on. Yeah, but now we're like Black Ops. We're like,
well,
are we?
well, maybe.
No
you're
idea.
not.
Maybe. So
I don't know.
yeah, I think this is the one I don't think works with the Colonial Marine campaign. This is the one I don't think works with the... But
on the flip side, we'll always do something violent and we'll always make a panic roll at some point. So there's kind of swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
Should it be like, have we tried to earn money outside of our normal pay?
I don't know. It's like, I would wonder, like, did you get promoted, or did you do something like within the command structure or something like that? It might be a better one. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions. Come and join us on the Discord.
Yeah, the thing for me is if we get it, then I'll have 10 experience and I get 2 upgrades. And if we don't get it, I'll only have 8. And actually, I don't think we should get it because it's a part of our, it's a part of the job, isn't it? It's not kind of like, I think that's more for like merchants.
Yeah.
I think it's for the space truckers one. Yeah, it's like the space trucker style one.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think we get that.
Okay. So next question, which is not a XP question, is more the where are we? Downtime and advancements. So you got two options. If you're going to spend your XPs, then you do a personal downtime. If you're going to keep your XPs, then you do a squad downtime. So who's doing what? Are we all spending XPs? Yeah.
How many have I got? Let's have a look. I had 4 last
I
time.
want to get a talent. Do I have to roll to get a talent?
Depends if you're learning it from somebody who's already got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you're doing something new. If it's something someone's already got it, then you get it for free. You don't roll.
They'll
You're being taught.
teach you. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I wanted to know what the captain, the Black Ops captain guy,
What, Captain
what talents
Crambit?
he had. What talents he had, because I'm like, he's got to have some really cool talents.
All the murdering based ones.
He has overkill. He has that.
Yep.
Because he's
Well, there are a few talents I was interested in. I was interested in Nerves of Steel because I've been through some serious shit. So I thought, like, having toasted one of those things up close probably make me a bit. I was also thinking about Tough.
Well, yeah, Gordon's tough. He can get you a diet plan and an exercise regime.
And the only other thing was Stealthy because I'm doing all this, sort of creeping in. But I'm tempted to go for Nerves of Steel because I like stress was the real thing for me in that
That last
mission.
one.
I got to 7 stress, which is pretty high. It's not Engels high, but it's pretty high. So
Engels, bless him.
I think I'm going to try and go for Nerves of Steel.
All right. Does anybody have Nerves of Steel to help Cash learn it? No, I don't think Gabriel has it either. Krambit and his let me actually look and see if the pilot would have it.
It's okay. It's like what kind of role is it?
Downtime. Bum bum bum. Oh, it's in the core book, that bit. Hang on.
Okay, no worries.
Let me just flip to the other one. Your character. Where is it? Come on, computer. No. Campaign play. Oh, gosh. You have it, and then you move one little bit.
It's a wits roll.
It is a wits roll. Yes, you're right. There we go. You make a wits roll to learn something you haven't done. And if you want to up a skill you haven't got a point in, you needed to have used it last session. Yeah, a little bit like
gotcha. Right,
a little bit like Call of Cthulhu. If you haven't got a thing in it, you can't have tried to up it. So, are you ready to make your wits roll, Pete? You want to make a wits roll?
Yes, let me do that. Here we go. I got 1 success.
Here you go. You can take that talent.
Cool. And then I just have to step away for a moment, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. When Pete comes back, we'll find out what they were doing, what Cash was doing while his personal downtime events. All right, Dan, are you going to spend some XP today?
Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry.
That's all right.
I am going to get tough. Now, I feel like it's part of, like, probably Breacher was probably already tough anyway, so that's kind of why I'm taking it. And if I have to, I will go learn it from Gordon. But I
No.
kind of in my mind, Breacher is tough. Like, he's this big
tough
bloke.
dude.
Yeah. So but I have to take Overkill as my first talent. So what I was thinking is I'll use my 5 XP. Well, I've actually got 8 XP, but I'll take my 5 XP and I'll give him tough to make him part of his character.
No, that's fine.
I think I wasn't teaching you tough. You were like, you're not tough, I'm tough. This is tough.
Yeah. So, personal downtime is a D6.
D6.
Yeah.
Let's go. Hiya! 6.
You get extra duties, meaning training is squeezed, and the Marine has 0 social life during this downtime, which I kind of think fits quite well. And
absolutely fits Breacher because
I'll explain. We'll talk to you about how Breacher joins the squad once we've finished. Simon, what's Gordon doing?
So Gordon's going to use his XP. So when you're wearing the those big bulky suits, you get -2 to all your agility.
Yep.
And he was like, I'm not happy with that. That's like, I'm nowhere near the soldier I was. So he's basically gonna train in his compression suit. Because I'm like, you want to go with a skill that you've learnt, or you want to have something that the reason why he's now better at it is because he's been forced to try it, and so he's going to bet. I'm not sure what the skill is, but I think there is a skill that means you don't. I think it's like 0G or something like that.
The 0G training, which will mean because there was a low gravity on deep.
I think it's more the fact that bulky suit gives you -2, doesn't it?
So you could up your mobility because the bulky suit gives you -2 on. I need the character sheet because I'm going to make a Coriolis reference.
Any agility stats. Basically, anything that uses agility, you get -2.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll up my mobility then.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. You could up your mobility by a couple of points, or another up your mobility by 1 and your ranged combat by 1, because both of them rely on agility.
Yeah.
So you'd be a little bit better in either situation if you ever have to wear one of those suits again.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll up my mobility then, because we made quite a few mobility checks in the last one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, it's like, so, okay. So I'm going to up my mobility, and I've already got one in it. So I don't need to roll, do I?
No, you're just increasing something you've already got, so you can just up it. All right, do you want to roll a d6, see what happens during your downtime?
Yeah, 2.
Oh, there is... Okay, so there is a chance for the Marine to further their personal agenda. So it's either that your folks see you dedicating the time to the training and, making the effort and practicing and trying to be a good soldier instead of a trigger-happy soldier.
Yeah.
Or you could maybe think maybe start or get a bit of a bonus on your next agenda if you've thought of it. What are you going for?
Well, it could be that after losing Zim, we know we're going to get another member of the team, and we know that, and we know Breach is going to be in it. So maybe it's actually the spending the time with Breacher and doing the training to try to bring him into the team, because that's me trying to. And telling him
in a good position with him to begin with, rather than
telling him how much of a great guy Cash is.
And because you've done that, Gordon's going to become Breacher's buddy.
Oh, nice!
Wow, what's happening? Gordon's everyone's buddy.
Gordon's a model Marine. Pete, do you want to find out what Cash's downtime is? Roll a d6.
What do I need to do? Roll a d6. 4.
4. Oh no, you received some bad news from home.
Oh my God.
What is your brother John?
Bad news.
Your brother Johnny has signed up to be a space trucker. He's signed up with Wayland Yutani.
Oh no, not where you. Oh. All the things I've found out recently just make me really worried about him. Gonna go be shipping black goo around the universe.
Yeah. He's signed up with Wei Yu.
Or is the bad news that Zim's remains were found?
No. No. Zim might be alive somewhere.
He's gonna come back and be super heroic. That's what I'm saying.
More machine than man.
I need to keep my mouth shut because I just need to. I'm gonna drink this.
Yeah, don't say anything. It's genetically reconstituted from xenomorph DNA.
Yeah. Volcane UK is Zim's death has been passed to you. Yeah.
All right. Blimey.
Yeah. All that debt from everything. All right. Let's play an intro while we just update some character sheets and make sure I've got the right pictures ready for the next mission, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, folks. So we have not just because we've had some time. We were collected off the Sonadach mine by Captain Crambit. His personal, no, it's not his personal. It's General Vaughn's personal mantis, which is a little FTL capable ship. Got cryotubes and that kind of stuff. This one you might have noticed as it came down into orbit, it's like mostly it's black. It's like a black painted ship kind of thing. And what is it called? Where is it? It's got a really cool name and I need to find it because I couldn't find it last week.
Death Stabber.
Death ship. It's called the Black Bart, and it is a mantis ship. Those who were big on their ship recognition will notice that it doesn't look entirely up to spec, entirely on the right sort of Entirely the right set out. She's got some cool stuff going on. It collects you, Captain Crambit, Falchion, who was Sergeant Falchion, who was injured, and you are taken away. We look as we leave orbit of the Sonadach moon. There is not enough debris in orbit to be the Hela and anything else. We leave it. And then we meet up with the Tambitam. We meet up with our ship, all empty, because the rest of everybody else, the rest of the company, are off fighting somewhere on the Borderlands war. They're taking it to the UPP. General Vaughn arrives, and with her, she has a couple of other people. You see a familiar Wayu exec, who doesn't get off the other ship, doesn't come out. He stays. He's like, obviously, he gives maybe Gordon a bit of a, hey buddy, good to see you still alive, hope you're well, kind of thing. And then another soldier comes out, which we will learn later is Breacher, and a Wayland Yutani white jacket, like a scientist, looking very much like, oh gosh, what, kind of thing. Oh, sort of stuff. Quite nervous, quite nervous, quite jittery. Captain Crambit has a sort of debrief a while, and the three of you with Gabriel are left to just sort of kick your heels in a mess hall for a bit. Which I guess is an opportunity for the three of you to go, like, should we get our story right? What are we doing here? What is going to go on? Because you haven't yet had a full debrief kind of thing. People have died, things have gone missing. Arguably, the mission wasn't exactly to plan because you didn't evacuate any civilians.
We maximised casualties.
Well, you made
minimised.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Gordon does?
Does anyone, while we're moving through and people arriving, does anyone mention the Hela?
It's probably been mentioned, like you will have spoken about it, the journey from Sonadach to the Tambitam. You probably would have had a day or so to get ready for cryo and that kind of stuff. But then you'll all have been asleep for most of the journey. So really to yourselves, there was I think it was 8 or so days on Sonadach waiting for collection, and then a day before cryo, and that now. So this is really like day 10 or so of since it's happened. Plenty to eat and chow down on, kind of thing. And that while noodles. All the noodles, all the soy protein you need, everything like that. So nobody's had opportunity to do a search party or run I don't know, whatever they're gonna do to find it, because really you're the only people who have had the opportunity to report it, which is what we assume Captain Crambit is doing now with General Vaughn.
I hope this guy doesn't sell us up the river, Gordo.
Saved his ass. He's not selling us anywhere.
Damn straight. What do I do with this? And I'll sort of show the Sub-Zero canister and then tuck it back in before anyone sees it.
It's like an EpiPen,
like a
really, isn't it?
spray.
Yeah, like an EpiPen.
Yeah.
I did. What'd you do with that?
This captain gave it to me. If you get any of the black stuff in you, you jab this in and you're okay.
Wow, just keep that hidden. Don't let anyone see that. Maybe he'll forget.
I know.
If you see any more around.
I'll grab it. But this spins my head, man. They know about it.
They must have known.
They've got a cure for it. They've manufactured it in some quantity. So, what the fuck is going on?
So, because they said that Marines were down there when we got there. So was it their facility? Did something go wrong?
I don't know. The Weyland-Yutani are fishing in ponds they shouldn't. They're getting bigger bites than they're expecting, I think.
UPP, man.
Yeah. I don't know. This is too much. And man, what happened to Zim is just fucking.
Well, he was on the Hella.
What happened to the Hella?
I like an enemy I can point my gun at and blow to pieces. Not all this sneaking.
I hear that. But look, we gotta find out where the fuck Zim is, man. I'm not happy about this. I know that don't mean shit to anyone, but I'm not happy about it.
Partway through, the intercom goes off. You hear Captain Crambit's voice call for Sergeant Gabriel. Gabriel probably swears a bit and grumbles off as he goes for a debrief.
Be like,
don't tell him about the zero.
Much as I can to a superior officer, I'll be like,
yeah. So Gabriel goes off.
To get Gordon's kind of slack nature on the chain of command because there's just too much weird shit going on. Mm-hmm. Did you see that big fucker when we got off the ship?
Yeah, I thought I was big. He's huge.
God, all of these creepos coming out of tanks. I don't know.
You think he's a womb soldier?
Fucking hell, yeah. Ain't natural they grow that big, man.
After maybe 30 minutes of bantering and getting yourselves maybe further down the paranoia track and worry. I'm
gonna take a point of stress. No.
Yeah. You hear. What would she do? You hear somebody shout, like, attention on deck, whatever the appropriate military protocol is, and General.
Stand up.
General Vaughan comes in. It must have been the pilot from the dropship, precedes her, and she enters the room. She waits a minute. She looks at both of you.
I'm standing up and saluting. So soon as
I look at Cash and do what he does.
Yeah. She waits a moment and she says, "At ease. Sit down, Marines. I've heard you've had some interesting missions recently. Not all of them as productive as they could have been. Is this down to Casados not providing you with the right equipment? Are you been undermanned? Under-provisioned? Tell me the details of why you fucked up, Marines."
Which one? I thought we did pretty good on the last one. We got the captain out and the Marines.
Yeah,
Gordon.
She looks over at you, Cash, and she says.
I'm gonna be like.
She looks over at you, Cash, and she goes, "Crambit has explained a lot about the last mission. You, what I understand, did very well. He's pushing hard for some sort of medal for you guys."
I can't speak to medals and such things. I'm just glad we got out of there. I don't think any amount of supplies or men would have helped us in that situation, sir.
I'm just glad we didn't fuck up like the last time. Sorry,
I stamp
sir.
on his foot. I kick him under the table.
And she looks at you and she's like, Are you Private Gordon? There's not another Private Gordon.
Sir, yes,
your...
sir.
Sir, there are
Gordon.
there are definitely not two Private Gordons.
Cause Gannon thinks the sun shines out your ass, Marine. And
I made sure he came back alive.
Well, yeah, I just can't work out why. I've got a very, very pointed thing to remind you of. We are at war with the UPP, They are bombing our outposts, they are killing our civilian colonists, and they are killing our Marines.
Sir, yes, sir.
Next time you see anything that might be intel or details on their missions, details on their soldiers, details on what they're up to, anything they want, we want it first. Anything they have, we want to take it off them. We need to get the upper hand, and then we need to bring it to them hard. Well, your rest of your company is out on the front lines. We're stuck here at the back. We need to back up our Marines, back up our squads, and we need to do it. And she just like, we need to do it, Marines.
Sir, yes, sir.
And she's like,
I kick Gordon.
Sir, yes, sir.
She looks at you and she says, well, we don't have much time. I'd like to stay here for the briefing, but I have more things to deal with. Oh, and she stops. She goes back to the pilot, and there's a brief kind of thing, and you see her take off. She takes something from the pilot. It looks like a set of dog tags. She puts them down on the table, and she pushes them over to Cash. She says, "I find out what happened to your other squad. I'm afraid, what did they call him? Crow?
Crow?
Crow.
No, not Crow.
Crow?
Not Crow.
Crow.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick the dog tags up in my clenched fist.
She slides them across the table. She says, "Seems like the UPP took out their operation on a moon we had them reconning. You need to remember they killed Crow too." And she nods, and she says, "Carry on," and leaves. And as she's leaving, you hear in the corridor Gabriel, like, "Sir," kind of thing. She's like, carry on, Marine," kind of thing, and heads out. Gabriel comes back, and he's like, "We're hitting Cryo. They've got some mission for us. They're going to debrief us when we get there, but if we don't leave now, we won't get through the transport window. Let's hustle." And you all kind of head off towards deep sleep.
Might linger for a moment, just holding the dog tags in my hand. Also, I don't have like anything of Zim to like be sad about, so it kind of like.
I mean, his locker's over there.
But he's, I could just go and rifle through his gear.
But he's MIA though. He's MIA, not dead.
Yeah.
In my head, I had a Platoon moment where you dropped your knees and like. Put your hands
It's not quite that bad. It's not quite that bad.
Yeah, but Crow was a gunner like me.
Crow was the other smart gunner. Yeah, the UPP took out the other smart gunner.
Crow was the good gunner.
He was
Crow knew what he was doing, took out his targets.
Didn't he also owe loads of people money?
He owed me $10 pounds, motherfucker. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna take his dog tags, and keep them on me.
Sure.
Yeah. I gotta go over to Zim's locker. Is there anything in there?
Is that a saxophone?
I'm afraid you would go to Zim's locker and it would be pristine.
Yeah. It's such a tryhard.
I got there.
No fucking pictures or anything.
I was gonna say it would actually be really boring.
There'd be no raffles for Zim's locker. No.
What I'm gonna do is he's got his pristine locker. I'm gonna take my lucky bolt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put it in his locker and shut the door and lock it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to take the dog tags and put them in my pocket. And can I have that, like, swap that to become my personal item?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Oh.
Crow's dog tags. So you guys are all put into Cryo, and we rewind maybe 24 hours. We're on a military base somewhere. A Cheyenne lands, bringing Breacher and maybe a few other womb soldiers into this. Folks you probably know from Pendleton, probably know from when you were training, or maybe reconditioned, because when they break the law, they don't get sent to prison. They just get their brains reprogrammed, little bit Clockwork Orange style. And it's General Vaughn again, and she walks up and down this row of ridiculously tall, meaty soldiers to one end, where there is the meatiest and tallest, that is Breacher. And she looks at you all and she says, looks like my Blackguard has taken a bit of a beating, soldiers. I need some formidable recruits. I hear you have been doing the best in your squads, the best in your teams, the best in your companies. You've all volunteered for selection. I have some missions that might see which we can cut the wheat from the chaff. And she does this whole sort of big sort of spiel backwards and forwards. And she nods to her adjutant, and they start shouting out orders and sending people places. Breacher, PFC Mace, you're called over. You're introduced to where is he? Is that him? You're introduced to this doctor, this very nervous looking Wayland Yutani doctor, Dr. Babak. Yeah, Wayland Yutani, yeah. And he looks up at you, like literally, like, you're like 2.5, maybe 3 foot on him, and as he looks up at you, he's probably about as wide as your thigh. You could put him in your backpack and run through the swamp with him like Yoda if you wanted, that kind of thing. This wee guy, and he looks up at you, and the adjutant is like, we need you to keep Dr. Babak alive. He's integral to our Dark Void project. Deep Void, sorry. He's integral to our Deep Void project, but we need him to evaluate a UPP site. We've intel that there's been some bioweapons. Dr. Babak here is our best one for understanding what they were doing. Do you understand me, Breacher? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And Dr. Babak looks at this like, he's going to roll over and squash me, kind of thing. He's going to kill me by accident. And he's like, this is one of our wound soldiers, Doctor. They're the best of the very best. And it still doesn't fill him with confidence.
And then Bill Breacher pats him on the head and goes, "Don't worry, little man, I got you."
Which makes him worry all the more. Yeah. It's you and Dr. Babak are immediately shipping out. You're going to meet up with a squad that'll be there to support. And he looks through the clipboard. He goes, I believe the ship is called the Tam-Bitam. We need to get a move on with this. There's a very limited window. We think the UPP are going to return. Briefing will be given completely when you arrive at the location. And he reaches into a bag he's got and gives you what you know to be like a holocube projector. You know that you see them in what is it? Prometheus, where it projects the Peter Wayland video of that kind of stuff. He gives you one of them. All your information is on there. Once you're at a cryo at the other end, play that or provide it to the NCO that will be leading the mission. Good luck, soldiers. Good luck, Marines. Before I get told off for calling you soldiers again. Good luck, Marine. And Babak is like, I'm gonna die. I'm used to labs. And he's like, good luck, Doctor. And you're then shuttled off, and you see like a Wayland rep getting on with them who goes over, and Babak and this guy have a good chat, like they know each other, they've been working well together. And you see heading onto the ship also General Vaughn. She nods at you and then goes and sits up with the pilot, and it's just like the 5 of you on the way, and then you jump into orbit, and then the FTL kicks in and you head off to meet with this ship, which brings us to the moment where everybody's woken up. Let's find the beginning. Operation Quiet Catch. So when you wake up, I wake up in orbit somewhere. Not sure how far you've gone, not sure where you are. Nobody else on the ship other than the 5 of you. Mother, a addresses you all, requires you to get dressed and assemble on the flight deck. Briefing has approximately 15 minutes before mission commence, and so all the monitors around display this countdown to the 15 minutes, because Mother is in charge of the ship right now, so everything has to be done like kind of, clockwork kind of thing.
Up and at 'em.
Yeah.
You hear this massive thud as Breacher kind of gets out. He's rather weighty.
He's a big dude. As you assemble in the bay, Dr. Babak looks at Breacher, and he's like, "Do you have the holocube?"
Oh, yeah, I do, Doc. There you go.
He takes it off you, walks over a bit, and places it down on the deck. And the cube emits a hologram of General Vaughn herself. It flickers.
Breacher salutes it.
Just immediately. Her image comes up, and Breacher, you realise she must have recorded this on the ship over to the Tamb, like either while you were in cryo or while you were doing something else. She must have recorded, because you can just see in like the background bits of the ship, and she looks at everybody. She looks straight ahead. Marines, apologies, I had to put you on special assignment without any notice, but it couldn't be helped. We had to get behind enemy lines as quietly as possible. You are in UPP territory right now. Intel has found us a black site these bastards set up just inside their borders, one that's gone and fucked itself royally. Reports suggest that Corinth colony on planet KO 1751.02 has become the victim of their own bioweapons experiment. We aren't sure what the hell they're making, only that it all went to hell. All we know is that Corinth is in a bad way. Whatever caused it was developed at a Norcom Orang testing facility about 100 clicks outside the colony proper. Our intel says that the Orang itself is dead, so you kids get to go in with CBNR kit, scout the area, download their computer core, and collect samples of whatever they were working on, and get out before the UPP rescue efforts arrive. With no lieutenant here, Mother 9000 is running the show on this mission. She's been programmed by the best, so do what she says. And the company has generously sent us a biodefense virologist to accompany you. And she gestures out, just generically, just that kind of thing.
As she does, Breacher grabs the doctor and pulls him in front of her hand.
To the right place.
To the right place where she's gesturing.
Yeah. He's been sent to accompany you. Dr. Babak is a smart guy. Do me a favour, bring him home in one piece. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And then she must have anticipated it, because she goes, "Understood, Marines," kind of thing.
Sir, yes, sir.
Carry on. And the hologram ends. And Mother goes, tactical dropship preparation. In 4 minutes. Please enter the dropship and prepare for auto launch.
Is it just the four of us?
Just the five of you, yeah. Gabriel's coming.
Oh, Gabriel's coming.
Yeah.
I'll look at the doctor and go, and reach a hand out and say, "Cash."
He reaches out. He goes, "Dr. Babak, you don't want my credentials, do you?" "Oh, okay. All right. And he looks at you all.
I'm the tech guy.
"Oh, good. Yes, we'll need to get the data from there. I think they probably run an Apollo system, although they might have done something." And he starts babbling, like he's so nervous.
Dropship.
Yes. Oh, yes. Should I? I left. No, it's very far away. Okay, I'll get on the dropship. Okay. Yes. And you see, Mother is like 2 minutes until location kind of warning.
Let's go.
Breacher walks up behind these two new Marines who he's now going to be serving with. And he heartily pats Gordon on the back and goes, "Hello, Tiny. Me and you, hey, I've heard you got a big gun. Don't shoot me in the back." I've heard about you.
Yeah.
Because Dan M is not here, and we're not sure whether he can make it next week because he's got real life. We'll bring his character along, and we'll just assume that he's gonna make sure Babak is not being sick and he's doing the medical
Cool.
hospital kind of stuff. And if he can make next session, then he'll come into the camera, like if you think this was a film, he's just pottering around in the background, keeping up and that kind of stuff. And if he can't, then he can't. It's all good. But yeah, so Mother's like tactical insertion, entering atmosphere in, and it goes, you can hear the countdown going on. And Babak is like, is this on? Is this ready? Kind of thing. I've never done this before.
I'll pull it down for him.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Just try and stay awake.
That breach can't even fit in.
I was going to say, Bridges like, not even, Bridges kind of just sits on the floor. He can't fit in.
Doing that thing
No,
what you see in, what is it? Bobby Draper in Expanse, where she's in the harness rather than sat down.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because the suits are so big.
Yeah.
All right. And Mother is going to pilot the ship down because we have no
I feel so
pilots.
safe in Mother's hands, like
Yes,
for the whole mission. Yeah.
She's been promised the best. She's been programmed by the best, even.
Oh, sorry.
The gear, you've all been given a CBRN kit. You have a incinerator unit each.
Oh.
Or you can have the attachment which would replace the underslung the grenade launcher. It's up to you. So you have two
I
weapons.
might keep my underslung on my pulse rifle because it served me well last time. So I think I might actually keep that.
Yeah, I've got a big gun.
Obviously, Gordon, you can't have the underslung because you've got a smart gun. So you can have an incinerator unit if you want.
No, because I have an incinerator unit that I leave behind.
Okay, you're not taking it with you. Fine.
Well,
I mean, I'm not actually sure that Breacher has any more hands to carry it. He's got a shield, a baton,
What
an
is
assault rifle,
What is your
and
strength?
a strength 7.
So you would have
Whoa.
14 lines. Am I getting that right? I need to remember.
Yep.
Which, yeah.
Yeah, it's double your strength, isn't it? Oh no,
Yeah.
no, he could definitely like carry it weight-wise. It's more the fact that he's got like a rocket launcher on his back.
Just trying to get through doors would be
Yeah,
difficult.
he's already it's already
You-
difficult.
You break the doors open, don't you?
Valid point. Yeah, he's definitely got an incinerator. He don't care.
All right.
He's-
And then for the
alright,
squad,
I'll take the incinerator.
you're gonna take the.
just don't
right.
want to be left out.
No,
it's-
just because Breach is carrying loads and loads of stuff, I don't want to look like
don't
I'm
look like a
underloaded.
wuss. And then there's 4 U4 fire bombs that you've been given as well.
Is that like a drop it in the atmosphere, blow the shit out of stuff, or is that like a little handheld
I
Molotov
think it's
thing?
a little handheld Molotov thing. Let me double check with gear.
Ash, this is a bit like our first mission.
Don't. Your first mission.
My first mission, yeah.
Scrolly.
Just remember, if the room is full of munitions, do not use your incinerator.
Okay, Cash.
Good. You're learning, Gordo.
All right, so a 4 QTC firebomb is weight of a quarter. Damage is fire 12, so it causes a fire intensity 12. So it's not a drop from orbit. It's a
Like a
or use with your grenade launcher, as Volcane says.
how many were there?
There's 4.
Okay, I'll take 2.
You take 2?
Yeah.
I'll carry 2.
Yeah, you might as well take all 4.
Well,
Cash,
we did
'cause-
this last time, and we ended up with like a kit and equipment separated, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should like share it out a bit. So someone's got 2 and someone else has got 2. Because
Yeah.
I might just go rappel down a mine shaft again and be
Yeah.
away from everyone.
All right. Take one
Breach
each.
has got a rocket launcher. He don't care.
He don't care.
Yeah,
We're not giving Gabriel one because he has ranged weapon 1.
All right, cool. All right, so we take the stuff, we get on the ship, we start to sit in our Cheyenne. Mother announcing this calm, relaxed voice. What does she say? Oregon testing facility within sensor range in 5, 4, 3, 2, and then there's a pause where it goes, alert, incoming battery fire detected. Brace.
Hold on, boys.
Yeah, and you feel this, the ship just battered, and then Mother goes, brace for evasive actions, brace. And the whole ship just rocks. You can feel the Cheyenne in its sort of clips, because it's sort of hung over the thing in clips, rocking and shaking. And then, obviously,
Dr. die in an explosion.
Obviously, Dr. Babak is throws up.
Old.
Yeah, he just throws up all over the thing.
Breach is just cheering. He's loving this. He's just like,
it's
"Wow,
great.
I love this bit," and he's like propping himself in the door.
Yeah, and then
I'm so screwed.
then you feel the Cheyenne drop, and it hits the deck. You haven't been dropped from the ship; it's been dropped inside the TAM. You can feel yourself sort of screeching and rolling around as the whole ship rocks and breaks, and then you hear Mother say compartmental decompression in sections 4, sections 2, evasive action underway, stand by kind of thing, and it's just like chaos. Everybody take a stress.
Oh, but Breacher's loving this.
What the fuck is going on?
And there's a whole maybe 15 or 20 minutes of battery, of shaking, of chaos, but you're all strapped in the Cheyenne, and then eventually it stops, and you hear Mother say, reached minimum safe distance, mission parameters changed, collating new mission parameters, and it goes silent.
Is there any way we can get like a technical readout, like any information?
Yeah, you can.
Are we in the APC in the Cheyenne or just in the Cheyenne?
You must be in an APC in the Cheyenne.
Yeah.
Yeah. You must be in an APC.
Okay. Can I use my SSDD to like connect, like plug in and go, oh, what's going on outside?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you plug in, you bring up some specs, you bring up some details. So you realize that the compartment you're in is decompressed. And Mother is collating alternative ways to get you to complete the mission. She estimates full data compiled within, I don't know, 4 minutes or something daft, as she runs all the parameters. The testing facility.
Don't go for a walk. It's decompressed out there, boys.
The testing facility, she believes, has a minimum of 6 automated BP-33 Celestial Defense artillery railguns active, and has sustained damage on the TAMB because of this.
The TAM's like our big ship, isn't it?
The TAM's the Conganesta, the Connie, yeah. It's this one. There we go. That's this one. This is your ship. That's that. Yeah. So it's been attacked by railguns.
Yeah.
From the planet. So she. What else does she let you know? Geosynchronous orbit over the testing facility is impossible, which means Mother can't pilot the dropship for you. The lag would be too great for her if she was around the side of the planet relaying it, especially with these 6 6 railguns, she wouldn't have the reaction time she would have to pilot you to a safe place would be too great, and if she stays above it in a geosynchronous to be able to see what's going on, she's going to get blown up and you'll be stuck there. So she's retreated to a minimum safe distance in order to work out an alternative route for entry.
I think I can get us down.
Oh yeah. I've seen how one of these have been flown. I think I could do it too. Yeah.
You won't fit in the door, mate.
Oh, the door can be bent, can't it?
No, don't work like that.
Don't damage the door. You might need to shut the door.
Listen, I'll hold my breath and I'll get to the pilot's sheet. I can do this. The missions, everything.
The ship should be okay.
And then Mother, after she's finished collating, Mother says, please re-establish atmosphere in loading in hangar bay and meet in the briefing room in 12 minutes.
Okay, we have to get up and get out and see where the breach is, so we could maybe Breacher. You're good with breaches, right? Maybe you could find out where the breach is.
Well,
Step outside and see where the wind's blowing you.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I make breaches normally, but yeah, I guess I got the expertise, and then Breacher starts walking out. Takes a big deep breath.
I'll follow him.
Or I'll put my hand on
kind of just like looks.
Like, just let him go.
Okay.
So
They're crazy.
Yeah,
so the Cheyenne warns you. No atmosphere outside. Please wear, please wear appropriate environmental.
We need to put a mask on and stuff. We need to get kitted.
Breacher's not smart enough to know all this.
Well, that's what I'm
Some guys just told him to go check outside, so that's what he's going to do.
We need to get.
Yeah, I'll throw something at Breacher, like not to hurt him, but just like to get his attention. Put a fucking suit on. Asshole.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, you can just wear like the sort of face mask type that kind of thing.
But I'm just like shouting at him because I wanted to see if he'd do it.
He's a wound soldier, isn't he? He's bred to.
I know. Now I know what I'm dealing with.
What? I don't know what he's how good he is with machinery and stuff like that.
All right. So you're advised that if you close one of the close down one half of the breach doors, which seems to have been the mechanics of it seems to have been affected. If you can close that, then the Mother will be able to re-establish Atmo in the drop pod in the drop bay. And then once that's done, everybody can safely move from the Cheyenne over to the briefing room and find out what Mother is planning next.
Yeah, okay. Breacher's already put the little mask thing that Cash told him to put on his face, and he's like, this is really awkward because it's not sitting quite properly on my face.
Too small, yeah.
He's got a big head.
And at that, he starts like kind of breathing through it and walks outside.
Okay, cool. I would like you to make a mobility roll. Anybody who's trying to make their way over to the area that needs fixing.
We should probably follow him out and help him. Because as soon as it's done, we need to go anyway.
Dr. Babak is not going, and Gabriel is like, I'm gonna watch on the cameras and let you know how it's going.
Okay, boss.
There wasn't any minuses for low gravity or anything, was there?
No, just a mobility roll.
Okay.
There's
gravity 2 successes.
Nice.
I also got 2 successes.
Nice. How did you do, Gordon? 1. Okay.
I am rolling 6 dice. I mean, it's not difficult to get
You improved your stuff on you.
Yeah.
So we make, and you can feel the atmosphere like rocking through the ship as you climb out of the ship. You can see anything that wasn't bolted down is scattered everywhere. There's like things that were left on the side, mission breach. The sort of detritus and jetsam that was left in a working kind of bay. Power loaders knocked over because somebody didn't secure them, that kind of stuff. Just everywhere, all in the corner, all sort of heaped over wherever the Cheyenne is as well. And you have to climb through the bay. You get over to the section where you need to do it, and it's a heavy machinery roll. So who's going to do it?
I'll look at Breacher.
Breacher can do this. He's got a lot of dice on this. So Breacher's going to go. So what is it? Is it like am I actually doing like some machinery work, or am I just like using my strength to pull down the door?
like a hydraulic thing.
Yeah, I think you're probably forcing down some hydraulics. You have to get some tool. Yeah, forcing some stuff.
Yeah, 3 successes. Yeah.
Do you show off? Is that one of your stunts?
Oh yeah,
here?
absolutely showing off. He's absolutely showing off. In fact, he's kind of like flexing one arm as he does it. He's just kind of like yeah. It's kind of like yeah, and then pulling it down like that. You know, just really showing off the Gordon, like these mad muscles he's got.
I'm definitely gonna fly that ship.
Yeah. All right. You slowly, and maybe you don't do it slow. You do it slightly quicker than anticipated. You have to. You're doing that thing where you're pushing against it more than it should. You close it. You hear Mother say, "What would it be? Atmospheric seal completed. Please meet in the briefing room in 7 minutes." Kind of thing. No, not 7 minutes. Like 6 minutes 34 seconds. Kind of timing.
Let's go.
No time to.
I'll shout, boss, we got it sorted.
OTM, yeah. You see Gabriel leading, like helping Dr. Babak out of the Cheyenne in the odd sort of way it's rolled kind of thing, and he looks around, he gets pale a bit, and then we head down to the briefing room.
On the way, I will find something very large and heavy that's fallen over and right it.
Do you want to make a force roll? See
yeah,
what
I'm good with that.
Okay.
2 successes.
All right. Okay. Do you want to push to get more successes?
No.
Because
Don't tempt him.
Breacher got 3 successes on their heavy thing.
I rolled my base strength. I was only rolling 5 dice. I'm happy with what I achieved.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah, in fairness, Breacher was rolling 8 dice. So.
Yeah.
All right. So you arrive in a briefing room. And Mother shows you some data of some pictures of the testing facility. It looks like this aerial shot of a compound. It's a composite picture because all the individual pictures you can see, like one part has got part of like the railgun fire obscuring it. So it's one of those composite pictures kind of thing. Cool. She's compiled this for you. You can see the base. I haven't set it up, so we can't see it, but we'll see it next week maybe. And it's this base, and then it's 2 facilities. One facility that looks like it's got mostly underground buildings. Like all the buildings look like they have steps that go around. They have these big concrete kind of roofs to them. It looks like a military complex. And then there is a path that goes north from it, and then you can see what folks would recognize. In fact, Breacher, you probably saw something similar when you were flying down to the facility that you met General Vaughn at, where we were going to do selection. And it looks like it's just shot bunks, like testing ranges. And there is a big concrete bunker on one end, and then the butts, which look like they're obliterated sort of thing, because that's where they shoot all the stuff at or blow shit up in, or I don't know, put an alien egg and let it just open in the sunlight, whatever they're doing down there. Who knows?
No!
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? We'll find out. So she shows you this facility. You can see that there is a big concrete wall around it. And Mother tells you, tactical insertion via Cheyenne, impossible. Odds for survival, negligible. Yeah, no chance of survival if you are dropped in these. Alternative insertion method, DDR E3 dead drop re-entry vehicle, which is basically like she's going to put you in a tin can, drop you out, and then you're going to have some parafoils, and then you'll fly to the surface and reach the facility on foot. And you see Dr. Babak look at this, like the sort of wireframe animation of how it drops in and then it blops out and you go down on these parafoils, and he just looks at it and is like, I have not trained for that.
Nobody's trained for that.
And Breacher goes, neither have I. Hey. Breacher's very excited by this.
That's Mother. That's a cool bit of kit. What's our survival percentage on that entry method?
Full squad survival, 74%. Acceptable losses.
Never tell me the odds.
Do we need to knock out all the railguns for extraction?
Yes, you will need to disable or take over, destroy all the railguns for extraction via Cheyenne.
Yeah, that's what you do, isn't it? And he points at Cash.
Yeah, that sounds like a challenge.
I hate to say this, guys, but I'm well excited. This is gonna be fun.
Can we get some pups to go down with us? I think they
How
may
much you want
be.
puppies?
I think they may be useful in scouting
Drones.
out the.
Drones. Yeah.
To watch the area. This could be quite
Won't the gun
clearly
shoot?
not
Yeah.
what
We're
we
going to
were
be
expecting.
we're going to be exposed down there.
Yeah.
Minimal capacity in DDR3s, E3s. Unadvisable to take pups.
What if we leave Gordon behind? I'm just kidding, Gordon. I'm just kidding.
Mother doesn't understand
I'm
jokes.
not having-
So she goes, unable to leave squad members behind. Full
Retract
squad
query,
required.
retract query, retract query.
Yeah.
I gotta program in a sense of humor into Mother.
Unauthorized programming by a non-Wayland Yutani programmer is prohibited.
Not me, Mother. Not me.
Understood. We'll reach a DD3 range within 24 minutes. Please be prepared.
I'm heading to the can.
Yeah. going to just make sure there's no food inside you before you drop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll say to Babak, time to empty the bowels and
Kiss your ass
kiss
goodbye.
your ass goodbye. But don't forget to wipe between.
Is that what like the Gabriel does? He hands him a tissue, says don't forget to wipe as you all walk out.
Yeah.
Banter.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have 24 minutes in which to study the drop pods operations manual.
What I actually imagine is happening right now is that Gordon and Breacher are actually just finding increasingly heavy items to move around and set back up. It's getting to the point where Breacher's trying to lift up a power loader.
Yeah. Oh, the power loader's fallen over. I'll go and stand that back up. Yeah.
Stand that back.
Yeah.
Oh my
so-
god.
So
So for the mission, can I leave my big gun behind and take a normal rifle?
yeah, if you want to.
And
Why?
can I take a motion tracker?
Yeah, sure. You have
that all
capacity to do that. Yeah.
Because then I can have the underslung thing.
Yeah, Mother will give you a Mother approves that change of inventory, and the odds of your survival go up like 3% because you've got a less heavy drop pod. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it meant the squad rate went up because Gordon doesn't have the big gun anymore.
Yeah, the survival of the squad, like narratively, just increased by threefold because Gordon's
absolutely,
lower armed.
Okay, let's get in these fucking drop pods.
All right, so we get in these drop
This
pods.
really is an express elevator to hell going down.
Yeah.
How big is one of these cans? Like,
Well, we're
I'm
topping
assuming they
tails
don't-
inside, I think.
So there are 5 of them. You all have your own. You are going to be in your individual
Oh god.
drop pod with your individual parafoil, and then you
Is it a
have to.
photon torpedo with a
Yeah,
with
it's
a
like how
parachute?
that what is the one where the Worf's wife arrives and she puts herself in a torpedo tube just to get into a yeah. It's one of them. Basically, it's basically a big tin coffin. Coffin goes through entry, and then when you get to a certain level, you parafoil down to the ground. Totally totally safe.
This sounds awesome.
As Breacher is trying to cram himself into this, because I'm guessing there isn't a Breacher-sized one, and thus he's probably going to be a little bit tight.
Yeah.
His feet are poking out.
Yeah, he's like, don't worry, Babak. If it goes wrong, you'll die quickly. And he closes the door.
Clunk.
Yeah.
That is true.
Gabriel's like, yeah, I've scraped people up off the floor and nobody survives one of these. Clunk. Yeah, he gets in with it.
As the scientist got one of those little the little tracker things. It's like a little. It's like a little looks like a pen, and you flick it, and it's got like a beep 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 beep.
A
You mean in
PDAT
case he
is
gets lost?
like his personal
Pete.
track.
Yeah.
Then you can find him.
He
You know-
has.
They get one of those. If they go down and we lose him, then we can at least find him.
Yeah. Like Newt.
That exactly what you said.
What does he have? Oh, he does. So he has his own hazmat suit. He's got a Kevlar vest. He's got a surgeon. He's got like a medical kit. And he has a PDAT. And yeah. So yeah, he's got a PDAT and some kit to keep him safe. Yeah.
Cool.
Unlike Ken, unlike our last Weyland Yutani person, he doesn't have a pistol. He doesn't have a gun. He's not like he's strictly a medical guy. So we all cram ourselves into these coffins, these oil drums, to fire you into orbit, and you hear like the very calm sort of mother, 3, 2, 1, and it feels like a lifetime. Feels like a lifetime, and then you hear drop, and it suddenly it is just a drop down into the atmosphere.
And you almost feel like you think you can hear Breacher going, woo!
And as we drop into the planet, I'm going to take 3 or 4 minutes just so we can have a quick comfort break, attend to human needs, and suspension on whether we all smash into the planet. Don't go away, folks. We'll be right back. Hey folks, we're back, plummeting down to the planet below in 5 tin cans and hoping the railguns don't get us. So what I now have to do, according to the rules in the book, is make 5 attacks, because there's 5 folks. 5 attacks with, where is it?
Base damage 50.
Base damage 99. 5 attacks with base dice 6. With 6 dice against each character. What I won't do is because Gabriel isn't here. We won't roll against him. He gets a pass.
Outrageous.
Well, if you don't show up to the session, I can't kill you fairly. It's just not on to murder a character.
If you don't show up, you're fair game.
No.
In fact, I thought they died first.
He just smashes. He forgets to deploy his parafoil.
So Breacher's arms and legs are hanging out the sides.
No, they fit in. He's just really cramped. Should we start?
It's a bigger can than the rest of us, and much.
No, it's just a tighter squeeze for them. So we'll start with Breacher. Oh no!
Why?
Dan, your new character is dead at the beginning of the session.
All right, so as your can flies down, you feel like the air, the turbulence, it buffets, the G-forces slam you back in the seat inside of it. It goes ass over tea kettle, spinning and spinning and spinning. The small like heads up, like the really cheap monitor in there, it just is like eject, and I need you to make a stamina roll.
Oh, that's
easy.
Oh god,
We're sorted. Stamina rolls.
I get 9 dice for that. So
All right, your stress also goes up by 1.
Okay. Before or after I make the roll?
Before.
Before. Okay, cool. I mean, I almost feel like this is cathartic for.
Has anyone got any rerolls yet? Just asking.
No.
Yep, I have.
Wow.
Oh, Danny's got one. Danny Cash has got one. Nice.
Nice. I think Danny Cash might need one.
Okay, so I rolled 4 successes, but a panic dice. So I should
Alright.
roll
Roll your panic. I think you. What do you want?
3
Can't
plus
fail.
2, so I can't.
Yeah.
I won't fail.
Yeah. All right. So you manage. I guess because you're so big, you're so strong, you manage to eject when it says so, and put your parafoil
Hulk
out
out of it, right?
and fly down. Yeah. Without further problems. Let's do Cash. Cash, you get through fine. No successes there.
Outrageous.
Down there. Gordon.
Hey, I'm all good. I've got 7 dice.
Yeah, I need you to make a stamina roll to
Yeah.
push as your stress level goes up by 1.
That's fine. That's
And then a
fine.
stamina roll, please, as you are a glancing hit.
3 successes.
Excellent. So you managed to eject, and fly down. Let's see how Dr. Babak is.
You can't kill Babak.
I can kill Babak.
Vaporized.
Alright. And then, so Babak gets hit as well.
Ooh.
Oh, but I get 1 success, so he must have read the manual a little bit. I don't get to kill the NPC yet. And then,
Yet.
so Cash, when you eject, you look around. You do that sort of like moment where you try and orientate yourself. And look around, see where all your friends are, and you can see that Breacher and Gordon, as you look about, are already kind of parafoiling down. So you can see the testing facility, the base, further up ahead, and I need everybody to make a ooh, that was loud. I need everybody to make a piloting roll.
Oh god.
I don't have that.
You just roll your agility.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, but I'm a stress, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I've got agility 4, so
Mm-hmm.
it's not that big a deal. 2 successes and a face hugger.
All right, make the panic check.
6. So plus 2 is 8.
8. Oh my gosh. Have you got the panic rules there, or shall I look them up quick?
You look them up quick. I've not got them in my hand. Is that tremors or something?
Stress and panic.
Yeah.
Stress level, panic.
8. Tremble. You start to tremble uncontrollably. Skill rolls using agility suffer -2 modification until your panic stops.
Yeah, it's fine.
Not good when you're parafoiling.
Not
I
good
got
when you're
no successes, so I'm going to use my reroll.
Okay.
My chat reroll. No successes.
All right.
Can I?
Do you want to push and up your stress? Or do you want to just see
does
what
it go up
happens?
first or
Yeah, it goes
after?
up first and then you make the roll.
Okay, I'll do that. I don't want to crash.
Cash is allergic to
2
falling.
successes.
There we go.
Can I use my extra success to do a stunt, which is I don't have to make another test that's based on the same skill?
Sure, you don't want to make another
I don't
parafoil
need to make any more
piloting.
parafoil tests. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. How about Breacher? How do they do in the parafoil? You're muted, unfortunately.
Sorry, I was chewing a fruit pastel and I didn't think the viewers wanted to listen to that.
No, I understand.
I got 3 successes, so I will stunt and I will make it look cooler than Gordon. Does a little flip in the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see that. I'm too busy panicking.
Yes, he is panicking, yeah. Babak has clearly read the manual. He gets 2 successes as he's paragliding down to the area. And as you start approaching, like everybody's Geiger counter starts clicking. And you can see that as you fly down, you're all in your suits, you're all paragliding down. There is like this dusty haze, like this sandy storm all across the ground. It has, as you expect, somebody's like nuked something. That like there's been a nuclear explosion, a nuclear drop, a terrible situation. Something has gone very wrong.
Can we see any signs of it? Like, is it nearby? Like a crater, or is there a mushroom cloud still, somewhere in the atmosphere? No? Okay, that's good.
It's like, and the Geiger counter is not that. Obviously, it's above like base radiation of the world, but it's not like 10 minutes ago this was nuked kind of thing.
Right. Okay.
But the whole area is irradiated. You're about 3 kilometers from the colony, from the testing location, and once you sort of get back together, sorry, slices and dices like a HR Geiger counter. Yeah, I get ya. An NPC we haven't met yet looks like HR. We'll hopefully get to meet them in a mission soon, because I want to show that art because it's good. Yeah, so the whole place is irradiated. You're about 3 clicks away from the testing facility that you're due to head to, and you regroup and wanna start your march. When you get together, you see that Balas, he's fine. Well, he's not fine. He's absolutely stressed to beyond belief. Doesn't want to be here, and can't believe he survived. But he's physically fine, and so is Gabriel. So is your sergeant. And
I will head straight for Gabriel because currently I'm in a bit of a panic, and I'm assuming Gabriel will see I'm in a bit of a panic. And will sort me out. I.e., he just needs to make a command roll, and then I stop panicking.
He grabs you by the shoulders, Gordon, and he's like, "Look, we've got it. Just like in the mine, we just need to get to a place. We can take this stuff off, and we can take a moment. Just focus on the mission." And he just like reminds you of the tight spot you were in, not 2 weeks ago. But he can't give you any. What did he give you? Nap relief? Was it last time?
Yeah.
Can't give you any nap relief.
The Vulcane UK's put heading straight for your dealer, Gordon.
No, basically he just needed to make a command roll. That's all I need.
Yeah. Slap you around the face.
I don't have Gabriel's sheet, so we can take that as it happened.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do that every single time. That's not a free calm down. Just
No.
Right, so
we basically begin... otherwise I'm just panicked.
Well, as you will see, Breach, he was like, "That was awesome!" Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I'm
going to be looking up, like, how are we getting out of here? Kind of.
Yeah.
You basically have to kill everyone in the facility, take out all the railguns, and hook up to the comm system. Easy.
Yeah, you have to take out all the railguns, download the information from the testing facility, find out what bioweapons they were up to, take out the railguns and get off the planet. Before the UPP come back to either, make sure nobody's stolen their secrets, or save any survivors.
Or re-invade the planet.
Or hijack the railguns and blow the crap out of the UPP when they do come back.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan.
Okay, I like it. Good plan.
Change the friend or foe system.
Yeah, change the.
Can I have that as my personal agenda?
Set the railguns on the UPP.
Take over the railgun. Use the base defenses to get back at the UPP.
Okay, yeah, you can.
I don't know. It's kind of popped into his head as something he might try and do.
That sounds like a really cool thing to do.
Yeah. All right. So who is going to be like your point man? Who's at the front? What's the formation here? Or are we all just
I am on point.
Gordon's on point.
If Breach even tries to get in front of me, right, I am so much faster than he is, because he's like, I am definitely in front.
well,
Breach is
been
fast.
given the keep Dr. Babak alive mission.
Yeah,
hasn't he?
so yeah.
I'm going to do that whole thing
Listen,
where I look nonchalantly.
it's not a race.
Until
We have to
Breacher-
get
until
there in
Breacher
one
looks
piece.
Sideways, and then I'm gone. I'm out front.
And
And I've got my little tracker thing.
Yeah. All right, so you've got two options then as you make your way. Are you just force marching your way there? Do you think in this radiation situation anybody is going to be watching you? Are you making a stealth? Like, what is your approach? What's the formation in the?
Well, they know we're here because they shot our ship in orbit.
Not necessarily. It could have been an auto defense.
Could be that the guns are just like people are incapacitated or dead or whatever. There could be no one here, just auto defense systems. Don't know. Let's try and let's try and be at least a little bit quiet getting up there, okay? When we get there, all hell can break loose and we can blow the shit out of everything we see. But let's at least try and get to that first building without setting off all of our fire bombs and etc.
Gosh, you're no fun.
I just don't want to get sniped out here. Is it like rough ground or is it fairly flat and open?
It's like what is it? It's like a savanna.
Okay.
A hot, dusty savanna. You think if this hadn't have been nuked, if there wasn't all this irradiated place, it probably still wouldn't be a very nice place. It's quite inhospitable. It's not a place where people go for Sunday walks, which is probably why there's a bioweapons testing facility.
Testing center out here. Yep.
In the middle of a horrible location. Also, it's quite. It looks like it's quite a dry place. It's a dry heat. So you're not.
And so, what time of day is it?
Probably in the middle of the day. Probably noon.
Okay.
So are we hot-footing it, or are we going to just try and follow the contours?
Well, we're 3 clicks away, so let's cover a bit of distance and then slow down and stealth when we get close.
Okay. So we do a little bit of like hard marching. So I would like everybody to make a stamina roll.
So many dice.
Nice.
How can I roll that many sixes?
1 success.
I only rolled 2 successes this time.
Only 2.
Oh, he's sweating.
4.
4 successes, Gordon.
I was going to say I'd rolled 3 before I rolled my 2 stress dice, and then I got another one. Like, that's really silly.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to run ahead, check stuff out, run back again, tell Breacher
Like
there's
an
some really cool
excited
stuff
kid.
up here.
I'm gonna
run
say,
back away again.
Gordo, it's fucking hot here. Don't waste your energy.
I'm going to use my stunts to impress Breacher.
There's only one thing. Breacher's not intelligent enough to be impressed.
I hadn't thought about that.
No, he is. He's mildly impressed that this little tiny marine is running around and quite cool.
Little tiny marine. I don't think I have a sound for that. That's fine. All right, Gordon. As you're running backwards and forwards, are you keeping point and then checking on your squad and heading back on point to make sure everything is fine? I would like you to make an observation roll.
Won't be less good. Okay. I nearly have as many stress dice as ability dice. Okay, let's just make the panic roll. 2.
You made a panic roll?
Well, yeah, because I'm rolling 3 wits dice and no observation dice. So I'm rolling 3 wits dice and 2 panic dice.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I thought you'd saying you rolled a facehugger and you needed to make a panic roll.
Yeah. I rolled a facehugger and needed to make a panic roll.
Oh, okay.
But I rolled a 2, so I got 4.
Okay.
So I'm okay. I did get 1 success, so that's not too bad.
All right. So as you're making your way forwards, there's a moment where out the kind of corner of your eye you see something move. Something move to one side and then almost echoing through the other side, from your other flank is like a hooting animal noise, like a hoot, hoot, hoot kind of thing, and then like that's when you hear like rocks tumble and something scrabble and move.
Okay.
Clever girl.
So I'll drop back.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I'll drop back, calm the squad. We have contact. Cash, I didn't just blow it up. Hey! As I scoot backwards, and I'm keeping my.
I can
back
hear
to
him
the squad as I
shouting
come
though
back.
from like 100 feet away.
Yeah.
As Breacher hears this, Breacher almost like pulls Dr. Babak into him and puts his shield in front of Dr. Babak.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Keep
I'll
eyes
pull
left
my
and
gun
right.
up,
Keep eyes
then,
left
and
and right.
I'll start tracking. Do we have UPP hostiles?
I'll pop my motion tracker because there's no point having it when because battery goes, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll pop my motion tracker to see and walk backwards to check movement.
You have to roll power, don't you?
Yeah, make a power roll.
Yeah.
Starts with power 5, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
You don't roll stress dice with that, do you?
No,
You
it's
roll
just
power.
5 base dice. If you roll a 1, the power drops down.
Yeah. So if I roll 2 ones, that's really
Power
bad.
double drops. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, update your sheet to
Power 3.
power 3, and as you retreat, as you pull back, and you watch the motion tracker in the area around you, swing it around a bit to get. There are 4 contacts. It has 4 contacts. 2 are in like a flanking position, like Pete was saying, like clever girl style stuff, and then 1 is just on the edge of your motion tracker, and that's a bigger contact. So 2 what probably look like single creatures, single people or something, and then a pack that is maybe 2 or 3 times bigger than the other ones.
Yeah. Is any of this contact within grenade launcher range?
You could try. Are you just going to launch a grenade?
Stealth.
Yeah, we'll do that. What for? 7. 1, 2, 3 successes.
All right. So
I've engaged contacts.
So what are you doing? You've got 3 separate targets. What are you trying to go for? One on. So let's go. One on the left, one on the right, or the bigger group.
The bigger group. So basically, yeah, I'm thinking the bigger thing is either multiple targets close together. So that's why I've grenaded.
Okay,
I'm
so
just assuming.
You walking backwards, checking on your thing. You
Cover my left.
Yeah. Launch it out towards this larger thing, and there is a tense moment as the grenade kind of goes in this long arc, and then you see it, and you see through like the haze in the cloud. Because is this one of the firebomb ones you had?
No, because I wouldn't have. Yeah, it would just be. Actually, no. It probably would have been a firebomb thing. I'm kind of that kind of guy, really, aren't I?
Yeah, Gordon's that kind of guy.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you see like this huge explosion, Fire 12 explosion, like a couple of 100 meters up ahead. There is a strange and terrible scream, like some sort of elephant, lizard, whale kind of thing, maybe a pitch-shifted elephant or something, screeches multiple. And then you see as your motion tracker, Gordon, the 2 individual ones, both split, both dart, and when the sort of interference or whatever that was caused by your grenade goes, there are no contacts on your tracker.
Yeah. Okay, contacts have gone dark. I think 2 have gone to ground.
What the fuck was that?
Well,
I think everybody should take a stress except Gordon for Gordon just randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Dropping a firebomb grenade out in the savannah somewhere ahead of us.
So I've still got 1 firebomb grenade
Was
left.
that you?
Which I'm now going to clink into my grenade launcher.
Sure.
Yes. Can you guys close on my position?
Affirmative.
Babak,
Is that safe?
Babak looks at you.
I'll go.
At Breacher
No.
and
You all need to close on my position because
Yep.
we need to move forwards.
Okay.
And so I assume to my left, the two targets that have gone dead were my left, and the other one was. So where the so I'll just
The
tell
left
them.
and right ones ran
I'll
away.
just-
yeah, they
I'll just tell
split,
them.
and then the one that you firebombed, the big one,
Yeah.
when the interference, when it clears,
Yeah.
there's nothing there. But Babak looks at you, Breacher, and is like, "I don't want to die here, Breacher. You'll keep me together, won't you?"
Of course I will, Doc. And he pats him on the head again. He's like,
Right.
also, nobody ever really wants. And Breach almost sounds deep as he's saying this. Nobody really ever wants to die, but sometimes it can be glorious. So it sounded deep for a minute, and then it just went back to being normal Breacher. He's like,
And he-
come on, Doc.
And he does this thing where he's like, why did they make the artificial womb soldiers so and we don't hear what he finishes the sentence with, as he's clearly spent some time with artificial womb soldiers. He clearly knows like Breacher's genetic makeup here, and he follows you. He stays pretty close to you as you advance forwards and meet up with Gordon.
You might want to check that out. That sounded alive. I mean, it's probably pretty dead now, but we should probably head past it.
What
on our way
was
up.
it?
Well, we got a bioscientist. Let's just see what he thinks it is.
Oh, you didn't get a visual on the target.
No, I'll just wave my tracker at him.
Like the only thing you
Right.
saw at the start of this, which was
So
like
it could
a
have been
flash
like
of
a
wire.
rabbit.
No, I saw something. I saw movement. Something knocked some rocks. So I fell back, and then when I picked up on my tracker, I had two small contacts and a big contact. So I hit the big contact.
God, I wish Zim was here right now to go, hey, you saw something move again, did you? Set it on fire again, did you?
I'm just staring at him. I'm just gonna take out a cigarette, light it.
in your CPRM
Let's just-
suit, in your
Oh yeah, sorry, we're in our suits, aren't we? Yeah. So,
yeah, that's okay.
Oh, okay. Let's keep moving.
Okay. So I think we'll head past where
Yeah,
I
go
think
past the
grenade
scene
landed.
of the explosion
So then
to see if
the
there's.
scientists can then at least have a look in case anything was there.
Okay, let me see. Because it tells me a page. No, I've gone too far down. Nope.
Oh dear. This is dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Of course, it's dangerous. Everything's dangerous.
Don't forget to join us tomorrow night for June.
Oh yeah, June's going to be awesome.
As Dargoosh, is it the final episode tomorrow?
Probably.
Probably.
Um,
World Builder's not in chat because it's Mrs. World Builder's birthday. Happy birthday, Mrs. World
happy
Builder.
birthday, Mrs. Worldbuilder. All right,
And
so
it was Pat's birthday yesterday as well. Just
Oh,
say happy
I
birthday
saw
to
Spider
Pat.
Queen in
Spider
chat
Queen
before,
along.
yeah. all right, so we get to this place. We see like charred and chunks of glass in the savannah sand from this fire intensity 12, and what looks like a curled and burnt hand, like all curled up. Do you want to go and look at it?
We'll look at the
Yeah.
we'll look at the bio dude. Do you want to go and
I'm
look at it?
I'm gonna walk up. I'm getting like super fascinated by all this weird shit going on.
All right. So Dr. Babak looks up at you, Breacher, and is like, I should probably. He takes a deep breath and like heads over.
Let me just check. It's okay, Doc.
So I'll just take a perimeter.
Yeah, watch my 6, Gordo.
Without you realising, Cash, Breacher's right behind you. I got you 6.
I've got your 6 and you got your 6.
a cigarette just like dangles in my mouth. Oh no, I haven't got the cigarette in my mouth, have I? Sorry.
I'll come over the con. You can count, Breacher.
Oi, Gordon, I can count all the way to 18, sometimes 19.
All right, so Cash, I would like you to make an observation roll as you look at this like fire crackled, blackened hand.
Counting fingers. Oh, that's 1 success and 2 face huggers.
All right.
So I'm going to roll now because I've got nerves of steel. I get -2 to my roll.
Nice.
So I rolled a 6. So that's a 4 plus 3. That's 7. So I still succeeded.
Yeah, you
but
still.
I shit
you
my
still,
pants.
stress
My
and
nerves of
panic.
steel are not that steely.
All right, so as you get over there, Cash, you develop a nervous twitch, and you're right. You count the fingers on it, and there are 6. And as everybody's sort of glancing over, you can see Cash trembling, twitching, which gives everybody else raises their stress. That's what nervous twitch does.
Did I get a stress for twitching? Is it just everybody else?
Let me just read the nervous twitch again.
Sorry.
Your stress and the stress level of all the friends. Yeah. So you get an extra stress, and they get a stress.
God.
Babak gets a stress.
I'm going to be on like 10 stress before we even get to the base.
I know, it's brilliant, right? There are 6 fingers on it. And there's that
What the
moment,
fuck?
and maybe you remember the dead thing you saw that Gordon was like lifting, and it's
On
dead
O'Bannon's
hand.
world.
Yeah, on O'Bannon's world with.
Cash is busy
my
counting
God.
his fingers to make sure.
This thing
It's
is
less than 18.
something,
It's fine.
something, I don't know, mutated. They're doing some weird shit.
Perhaps.
Maybe it's the radiation.
Dr. Babak goes, no, mutation from exposure to radiation takes much longer, does not produce 6 fingers within the time we expect this is happened. This is perhaps they are enhancing soldiers or other creatures. Either way, this is not. I wish I
Do you need
had.
to take samples?
I'm whatever it is. I'm sure we'll find more at the testing facility. I think this is probably.
What do you know,
It
Doc?
could also be indigenous life form. I'm uncertain if this planet has creatures of its own.
Was there just one?
Just one
It
hand.
appeared. No, I mean it appeared quite a big target on my scan.
How big is the hand compared to my hand? I'm not touching it.
Palm
But
to
like
palm.
if I like,
Holy palmer's kiss.
yeah, hold hands.
I meant, is there only one creature?
There's literally in this
It's
blast,
just a hand.
Oh,
just a hand.
Yeah. But is the hand human sized or is it bigger or smaller?
I think the fingers are a little bit longer than which makes the whole thing seem just maybe like a fingertip or two longer, and obviously it's got 6 fingers.
And what colour was the skin?
It's
Was it
all
white?
blackened from the.
Oh, so
explosion.
it's from charred from the explosion.
It's had a blast intensity 12 land upon it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Though. Are we good to move out?
Yes, I think we should.
I'll look at him like, this is what? Oh, fine.
Keep it together.
Let's go.
Cash.
I'll open. Fuck you, Gordo. I'll open up my vape tube on my CBRN suit.
yeah. Big vaping.
It's just the exhaust from all the chemical. Yeah.
Haven't we got one of those things at the back? You can like plug something in the back and then you just have like a little tube.
Okay, let's get out of here before they come back. If they're indigenous, then or maybe they killed all the people in the base and they're out. I don't know. Anyway.
All right. So we make our way further. We cover the other kilometer and a bit along walking in our suits until we're like, how close do we want to get before we start making tactical plans? How close do we want to get before we start worrying about perimeter
A few hundred
defense?
meters, so we can like have some visual detail, and we can kind of have a look around at the site and see if there's anyone moving, that kind of thing. Not like
I'm assuming we saw the topography of the layout, and we should have an idea of the ground layout where we are, so we can pick a vantage point that we can then set our breach.
Yeah, I mean, are there patrol jeeps driving around that kind of stuff?
In the stuff the stuff that Mother sent didn't look like there was anything moving. I've got a little version of the map up for us now. Didn't look like anything was moving in any of the videos other than the railgun fire. You saw there were two sort of entry points. One that looked like the closest to the colony, which is the bottom one. I haven't got my pings ready. Yeah. I could probably. Yep. And then the top one, which is the one that sort of has a dirt track out to the research, the testing butts.
Which part is the gun? What are the guns on?
The guns there's 6 of them, and they're around the perimeter on the perimeter wall. I think is the best way to. So there's varying arcs of cover.
Could you carry one of those, Breacher?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Absolutely having no idea whether he
planetary defense weapon, I think. Yeah.
So there we go. I got my ping. So this one is the one that leads to Corinth Colony. This is the one that sort of faces that way. And then this one over here, the other side, is the one that has the path up to the testing facility.
So I think that
and that other bit's just an inlay on the map, isn't it?
Yeah, the other bit
testing
is
facility.
that's
so
the
that's
testing,
like
that's like
remote somewhere else.
Yeah, it's not there.
Yeah.
So the entrance by the testing facility seems the most likely option. Yeah, that's going to be the less busy.
Yeah, it's probably the more relaxed of the two, if there are still people there.
Yeah,
and near all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep this tight. Move forward. Who's on 6? Gabriel, boss. You're covering our ass.
Yeah. I'll watch your ass. No, I won't watch the ass. I'll watch the back.
Yeah.
Do what you want, boss.
So I'll go in front, yeah?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So we move forwards. We get to a close location, and you don't see on the way. You don't see or hear along the way any more of this hooting, any more of these contacts. Whatever it was, it looks like Gordon exploded them, killed them, dealt with it, scared them off. And you can see the facility. We make our way around. You can see the guns, but there is all this sort of blowing wind and dust and everything from the compound. Even with the high beam lights that are fitted around the edge of the compound wall, you reckon if you could move with enough hustle and come at it at an angle, the railguns and the perimeter guns will be looking for things much bigger than you, like not small individual units. These are probably the sort of things that target like an APC or a convoy or a Cheyenne or that kind of stuff making its way in, rather than 5 blokes in CRBN suits on foot.
Okay.
So we could
let's double time it.
And it's up to you whether we want to make like a stealth approach or we want to run, because both have got their own merits to how you get there.
I don't think we're very stealthy.
Let's just run.
Yeah, I think we just hustle. Breacher,
get in, get out.
Breacher, you gonna bring the well, you know what I mean.
Sure. He like literally picks up the doctor and puts him over his shoulder. Come on, Doc. We got a job to do.
No, I have done some 10K runs. I think I'll be fine.
No. If we get shot at. The bullets are hitting me and not you. Don't worry. We got this.
All right, so let's make another stamina roll as we get to the gate, and we see if we can get there quite quickly.
Damn, all these people giving me extra stress.
Stamina roll, yeah?
Yeah, stamina roll.
God, I've got 4 stress already.
I've got 3.
Brilliant.
So I got a face hugger and I rolled a 3 plus my 3 stress. That's 6. And I also got 3 successes on my stamina roll.
All right, 6 is keeping it together. It's stressful. You're probably annoyed that you've got these normal soldiers with you rather than the properly made soldiers like you and your squad buddies. But you'll be fine. You'll just have to keep the doctor alive and, you know.
Stupid, twitchy, tiny Marines.
3 successes.
This
Nice.
3 stress is a nightmare, isn't it?
It is.
I got
brilliant.
2 successes, and I didn't roll any
Excellent.
face huggers, which is okay.
Can I run backwards? I don't actually care about all this dick swinging that's going on. I'm just going to get there and then like run up and be in position and see if there's anything I need to hack for us to get, like the gates or something, if there's anything like that.
All right, so we jog up to the area. You can see in the guard hut, and if Cash is the first person there, you probably recognise it pretty quickly. You can see stood, hands by the side, in this red, dirty sort of red jumpsuit, the strange plastic face of a working Joe. Just stood in the gate, in the guardhouse, with the gate there.
Does it seem the lights on in its eyes? Does it look functional?
It's got little, what are they, like yellow eyes?
Little LEDs, yeah.
Yeah, just there. As it's sort of stood, it kind of looks left, looks right, looks left. It's just, just being a guard.
I will wave them down. And I'm gonna try and sneak around so it can't crawl around so it can't see me. Is there like a big window or something? Is there a door I can get to?
The door is obviously inside the guardhouse. There's I think of them like petrol station kind of shunk things.
Yes.
Kind of stuff. And they're closed. It doesn't look like a very big kind of gate. It's just a closed gate.
Okay. I'll signal for them to cover me, and then I might just go and see if I can open the gate so we can go in.
Okay. So you head your way up. You're just going to go straight in. You're going to make a stealth roll to avoid being seen by the Joe.
Yeah, I'll try. Okay. Let's do that. Oh god, so many stress dice already. Oh wow, 1 success and no face huggers.
Okay. So you get pretty darn close up to the gate, and as you get there, you hear in a lilting tone, the working Joe speak in Russian, and it moves towards it's like parallel with you. And looks at you, and it says the same thing in Russian again.
With the UPP stuff that I've hacked in the past, could I potentially know the phrase "open the door"? Happy to make a roll for that, a wits roll. If you want.
Let's make a wits roll.
Because I've hacked loads of stuff, and door access is probably one of the few things that I may have learned of there. God, I got stressed. Oh, I got one success, but a face hugger. Ugh.
It is quite stressful dealing with working
I rolled a
Joes.
2.
Two
I rolled a
is
2. Yeah, I rolled a 2.
2 is fine.
Like working Joes.
I hate them.
So
It killed
I'm
me
okay.
so many times in Alien Isolation. So many times. You're becoming hysterical. I'm not. I'm just crap at the game. So it looks at you and then says something else in Russian.
And out of nowhere, you hear conk as a baton gets smashed across the back of it.
Oh, so you come up to the gate and you swing through the gate to try and hit it?
Oh, I thought it was. I was paranoid. I won't do that then. I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
it was like no, I won't do that. I thought I was sneaking up behind it, and I was going. Oh.
No, so if you imagine the wall and then there's a gate.
And he's on the other side of the gate.
Joe is on the other side of the gate, and Cash is on the outside of the gate, and Cash has told him in Russian to open the door. He says something to you, and there is this I guess like standoff thing where it's waiting for
Further instructions.
Further instructions.
I'll just say, open the door again.
its eyes for a moment flash blue, and then go back to this yellow colour. It goes into the guardhouse, opens the door. Before the door is completely opened, he comes back and stands in the middle of the path and repeats the last phrase in Russian. And then after a moment, he says it in another language. You assume it's maybe like Vietnamese or something.
I don't speak Vietnamese.
And then he says, you probably recognize it, but it's German. I don't know whether you speak German.
A little bit.
Yeah. And then if you don't reply in anything in German, he looks at you again and he says something in Spanish.
Is the door actually like ajar now?
The gate is open, yeah. He's just
The gate
stood.
is open.
Okay.
He's just stood in the gate.
I will.
Are any of the rest of us there?
I don't know.
You guys are all just behind me, aren't you? Wait,
just a
outside
bit
the wall.
further back, out of sight, perhaps.
I'll just
or-
go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Breacher getting.
Breacher, this is it's your go now.
You need something breach, Cash.
And then
There's
obviously
a working Joe that needs to be breached.
And out of nowhere, you hear a roar. Ah! And he comes like sprinting around the corner, like shield first. And he's just going to plow into the working Joe.
Okay,
I'll
as
stand next to the.
as you say something in English, and as presume as he sort of gets bull rushed by a breacher, he starts to reply in English. But breacher, make a close combat roll.
Oh yeah!
He's saying, "Do you want tea or coffee?"
Yeah. Save me.
So
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes and a face hugger, which I rolled a 3 on again. Plus 3 is a 6, so I don't panic, and I get 5 successes.
5 successes. All right.
With a stun ban.
Yeah.
Are you using your stun baton? Is that
Are
what
you
you're
riot
using?
shielding him or what?
And I'm right shield. I'm just ploughing into him because I figured we had to get through the gap quickly. I probably didn't have enough time to line up and swing. It was kind of like a charge shield
Just
first into him,
Bull rush.
just
All right.
to get
So he starts to reply to you in English, Cash, and the only word you get to say is please, and then it's like boom. As you connect, he replies. His eyes flash red. And what damage do you do? What is your?
I guess just
5 successes.
Yeah.
Is there an unarmed or a?
Yeah. There is an unarmed.
Yeah, I'm just using my shields because I figured we've got to get through the gap before he can close the gate. So,
Makes sense. Because please leave the facility. We're being overrun by strange creatures.
Yeah. I'm afraid this facility is closed for cleaning while we deal with the xenomorph and... Yeah.
Unarmed is damage 1, armor double.
Armor doubled. All right. Well, he's not wearing any armor, so doubling 0 is 0. All right. So you're gonna do 5 damage. 6 damage. 5 damage.
5 damage. Yeah.
All right. As you literally you barge through him, and the robot, the working Joe, literally goes over the top like some sort of crash test dummy being spun over, slams prone on the floor behind Breacher, and then this is where you see his eyes flash red. Cash, he flips himself onto his stomach and pushes himself up, and
he's gone into combat mode.
yeah I think we should
I'll move to protect the
to Babak.
Babak.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And you can see like Breacher clicking his neck and stuff, and he's like, "Don't worry, Cash. I'll deal with this one."
All right. So
I might just walk up and shoot it.
I think
probably
this will be a quick combat, but we should draw some initiative for it anyway. Who wants the first card?
Yeah.
Promise you have shuffled them. Look.
I'll do it because I always get 10. So do me first, and then everyone else can get a good card.
A 9.
9.
I told you.
A 9.
I'll go next.
A 3.
Hey.
Would walk up to it and shoot him.
Gordon gets a 10.
Yeah.
And Working Joe gets a 1. All right, so he rolls over
It's like
onto
the Bill
his
and Ted
stomach.
robots in
Bill and
Locust
Ted.
Journey.
Yeah, Bill and Ted. So he flips onto his stomach, pushes himself up, and let me have a look at his stats.
Hits you for 12 damage.
All right, so yeah, he literally just puts his fists together and he says, unauthorized entry into the Oregon testing facility is not permitted. And he's going to try and hit you. 1, 2, Breacher.
Doing a Kirk
3,
chop
4.
on you.
Yeah, he's doing a Kirk chop. 5, 6, 7.
Now, I haven't had a chance to activate my shield yet, but I was standing ready with it. Is it going to count or not count at this time?
Remember, if you use it, you can't attack.
You've got to be like,
Yeah.
like using it as like bracing with it.
Fair enough.
So as he's come through you, he flips over. He's behind you. So your shield would So this one not, but he only gets
That's
one
fine.
success, and you still
That's
get to
fine.
roll your armor for that.
What is our armor rating at the moment? What armor are we wearing? Is it the 6 stuff or the 5 stuff?
It's the 6 stuff, isn't it? Let's go with 6 now, and we can check in between sessions.
Cool.
We've got personal armor underneath the.
And was this an unarmored?
He's just got his fists.
So I get double armor against that, don't I?
Yep.
I got 12 dice.
Does he count as unarmed?
I don't think they do because they've got metal arms. Essentially,
He's got
it's
metal
like-
arms.
I don't think they count.
I
as
just,
an
you
arm.
just,
Not, not that I want Breacher to get really hurt or anything.
It's
think they
fine.
count as
I
an
still
arm.
got 1 success on 6 dice. So
Right. So he just runs up to you, and it's just like a damp kind of thunk against the back of Breacher's stuff.
and you, Breacher turns around slowly, and he's got like a massive grin on his face.
So he was 1, which means we go with 3 next. Cash.
I am going to shoot it.
Okay. Yeah, make your ranged combat.
Got 1 success.
All right. He has no armor.
Should
What-
I push that?
With your panic dice.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not with stress,
No,
the amount of stress you've
no.
got at the moment.
But I don't. Well, if you push, you don't have to re-roll all of your dice, do you?
But you gain a stress.
Yeah,
You
but
gain a
another
stress when you
stress.
push.
1 stress die,
Yeah.
That put you on
and I could
five.
re-roll these 4 black die that didn't get successes.
Yeah. No, you have to roll everything except the success.
Ah. Okay. Right.
You
Okay.
have to. You can't
Okay.
selectively
I'll-
pick. A push
okay,
is
right, cool.
everything except the success. Unfortunately.
Everything except the successes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, I won't bother. I'll just shoot him.
All right.
So
How
I
much?
do 2. Oh, I got. Sorry, I didn't roll my bonus die. For my it being
From
my
your
rifle.
pulse rifle.
No, nothing. So 2
Oh.
damage.
Okay. He drops to the floor, and I just need to look at the synthetic
Criticals.
criticals.
Ooh.
Damage. Critical injuries.
Sorry, Breacher, a bit of kill steel going on.
That's not there. Where are you, synthetic?
I don't think I have them in my little starter book.
Well,
Synthetics. All right,
he
roll
does
me
survive.
a d6, please, Cash.
4.
4. All right, so you shoot him, and the shot, his head, like in Alien, like bonk, kind of falls backwards. His head is dislocated.
Awesome.
So all his fast actions become slow ones, as he was looking at Breacher, and now he's looking at you as his head falls over backwards. He's not completely destroyed, but he is now injured or broken.
And I assume now I can see Breacher over the top of the Joe. Breacher's grinning face.
Yeah. What was next? Was it 9?
Yeah,
Breacher?
it's Breacher. And he has currently 13 dice to smack him with his stun bat on.
Boom. Yeah.
I rolled 6 successes. I have rolled a panic die though.
Wow.
All right, roll the
And
panic. Get less
I
than 10.
rolled a 4, which is a 7.
We all get
7
panic.
is a twitch, so everybody's
Oh, God.
stress goes up
Thank
by
you.
1 as you. And I don't think it's a nervous twitch. I think it's one of those kind
An
of
excited, like
it's
psycho
like
twitches.
a psycho, yeah, like a murderous kind of. I'm allowed to kill synthetics twitch. I'm allowed to kill, that kind of thing from Breacher.
So
as
can I
he-
just ask, do we all know what a working Joe is?
Yeah, you will do. Yeah.
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 Oh,
I
if
think-
we meant as in
Like
us.
No, because if you find out something's synthetic for the first time, you take more stress.
No,
you
because
didn't
No,
know
this isn't like a
working
reveal
Joes
one.
are very
'Cause
much
they-
designed by Steegson to look like synthetics. That's
Right.
the
Yeah.
that's
Exactly
the-
for that reason. That's their USP. It's like, it's a synth. You're not going to be confused.
All right.
Unless it's
roll me-
a man wearing a rubber mask pretending to be a.
I don't know if
working
it matters, but it does. That obviously will be 6 successes with damage 1, so that's going to be 6 damage in total. And as he's taking damage, he also has to do a stamina roll, or he'll be stunned.
All right, cool. I would like you to roll me a d6 for his critical, and I will make the stamina roll.
4. And with synthetics, don't you add to it if it's already had one critical roll? Does it like slowly but
Yeah.
surely go up? So it'd
Yeah,
be
yeah.
a 5 then.
If you roll the same critical again, shift it down 1 step on the table.
Down 1 step.
We've already had 4, so this one is just destroys his arm servo. You just smack into the side. His arms just crumble, and he needs to make a stamina roll.
That's correct. Otherwise, he'll be stunned.
I think he's going to be
Nice.
stunned.
Because he'll be zapped.
Yeah. Actually, can you roll me another critical injury, another d6 Cash, and another d6 Breacher?
Okay. I rolled a 6.
You rolled a
2.
6, 2. All right. As Breacher kind of hits him with this stun baton, and his head sort of drops down behind him, we hit his arms. You see them sort of jerk, and out of his neck, which is now exposed, and just fluid like yogurt, like sprays everywhere, all over you, Breacher. And he does that thing where he stumbles around, twitching and jerking, bangs into the side of the guard hut, and just stops and leans on it. And stops. Yogurt going everywhere.
I think we got it, Cash.
Yeah. Gordo, Gabriel's coast is clear.
I'll usher the scientist into the guard hut. and suggest that we all just take a breath and maybe if there's a control console in here, you patch in.
I'll take a look.
Alright.
Look. Gonna go see if there's any cameras or anything.
I think that's a really good place to kind of stop as we all move into the guard hut. We
take
sit
a
down
rest
to take a short breath and maybe reduce our stress. By
I get all my cantrips back.
get all your cantrips back. Breach's action surge refreshes. But yeah, that's a really good place to stop for next week. We've made it to the testing facility. We've taken out the working Joe, and we've got a healthy amount of stress. What's inside?
Yes.
We've got here.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's going to be brilliant. I'm excited.
Oh God.
If you're excited, that means I'm the opposite of that.
Why?
I mean, actually, Breacher is very excited, but
Yeah,
I, as a
That's
player,
true.
It's going to be brilliant. This is a really good mission. I've been half watching chat, and I think a couple of people have already read it. So no spoilers,
Yeah.
folks. No spoilers. But this is a really good mission. And chat, you've done a really good picking of missions to get a right kind of narrative through it. I'm impressed that it's been written this well. Good writing, Freely. Good writing, Gaska. Anyway, thank you very much for playing Aliens with me tonight. Let's come back next week and find out what's going on inside this testing facility. You've already mentioned, Pete, tomorrow we're going to play some Dune. Some more Dune.
House Dargouche.
House Dargouche. Yeah, we're going to go into the desert and fight a worm or something. I don't know. Have a punch up. All die. All get ate by the worms. And it'd be great. Can't kill the house. I think we should do something absolutely canon destroying, but that's, like kill Vladimir Harkonnen. That's a bit of a terrible move, really, isn't it?
It'd be a fake double or something.
Yeah, it would be. And then everybody has a lovely weekend, and we come back on Monday for some spectaculars.
No, first on Saturday there's more Dune. There's Gaming with a Garblag, where I will be taking some of our patrons, our Explorer and Master Tier patrons, on a house and character creation session for our Gaming with a Garblag for the month. And then next month we'll be doing a little adventure. And they will be a minor house working for House Harkonnen.
Boo.
And they don't know why or what House Harkonnen has on the leader of their house, but they have upped and moved to work for the Harkonnens on Arrakis, and it's going to be down to the members of the house to kind of figure out and hopefully save their little house, or get even deeper in with the Harkonnens, up to the patrons. I think I know which way it's going to go, but we'll see.
Yeah. Crow is a patron. Crow is a patron player. That's if anybody was wondering.
Oh,
Crow.
No. Maybe I get that money back.
Never. The UPP killed him. UPP have got it. So that's happening at the weekend, and then on Monday we're going to play some spectaculars.
Yes.
Yeah, Victoria Valentine and Justice and my new apprentice are going to find out what's going on in Dunchester.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
and then on Tuesday we're going to continue our bathhouse episode for Coriolis. It's just going to be an episode of washing clothes, having massages, and getting clean. That's what we're doing there, and sorting out young romance as James did last week.
Well, Akida has been sort of living in the jungle for like months, so there's probably layers and layers of grime to
Yeah, it takes a whole episode to get it off.
scrape off.
Yeah, it's good. After Coriolis, we have more spectaculars over in North America. With
New Eden.
New Eden and the Covenant. Group of terrible. I love Meat Man. Such a 90s
I'm the Meat Man.
anti-hero pastiche.
I love it. It just pulls the hood down, and then he's like,
dirty Rorschach version of Mask covered in meat
Yeah.
stain. It's brilliant. I love
meat
Jeff.
juices.
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
But the whole crew, Grendel is weird. Like Swift Fox is just brilliant. I love Megan's. Anyway.
Alley Cat's like embarrassment at her bicycle is just, it's really, all the characters are a lot of fun. It's really good. Really good.
I've been enjoying that. Wednesday, what happens on Wednesday?
Owatatao.
Owatatao.
Once Upon a Time in the Old World, and in fact it's going to be the last episode before a little break for July, and we will have Achtung Cthulhu
Ooh.
game coming the following week. From Lewis will be running that, and some of I think Aaron and Roger and a few others are in that one.
Nice.
So we'll be talking a bit more about that on our Discord shortly. So come and join us on the Discord.
And then that brings us back to Thursday when we find out what's in this testing facility.
Nothing. It'll be absolutely fine.
It's just going to be an easy download of stuff and get out of Dodge before the UPP come. It's going to be easy peasy. But yeah, thanks for joining us tonight, folks. Come and chat with us on the Discord. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget we're live on most nights of the week from 2100 BST. We'd really love to see you in chat. It'd be great. But thanks very much, folks. Have a good night. Where's my mask on? There it is. Bye.